Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Shiki, your conscious mentor, medicine woman, Reiki master, and shamanic healer. And today I'm going to be going over what you need to know about this new moon in Sagittarius that is happening on November 23rd, 2022. During this beautiful energy update, I am going to be pulling out some cards intuitively and sharing with you how this moon will affect you, as well as giving you some plants to work with for your moon ritual. So before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video. I do these full moon, new moon updates, as well as I will be posting, as per usual, a new moon energy healing meditation to help and support you in this beautiful Sagittarius energy, which I think all of us have been waiting for, considering that the last eclipse season has been heavy. If it's really affected you, let me know down below how this eclipse season has shifted and made changes in your life. And I'm just really excited to help you integrate that with this new moon in Sagittarius. So I'm so excited. If you feel called to go deeper into your healing, I will share that right now we have 3 spots available for the ancestral retreat that's happening in St. Lucia, December 3rd to the 11th. That applications will close by the end of this week once I post. So if you're interested in applying, message me ASAP on Instagram. I am interested in healing with my ancestors. And lastly, I am also going to be announcing a really exciting program on November 15th at 12 p.m. here on YouTube and on the email list. So if you're not on the email list, add yourself, thank me later. This program is specifically for space holders and those who are wanting to change this earth beyond their lifetime. And I want you to tune into the question, if this resonates with you. What is the legacy that you are leaving here behind, beyond your human life? And if you are ready to change more than you can even fathom the world, this program is for you. And this is where I'm going to be putting a lot of my energy going into 2023, is helping and supporting and expanding with these beautiful souls. So I cannot wait. And yeah, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. If you want more support with shadow work, I do have courses down below as well. Let's get into this new moon in Sagittarius and what you need to know. So I just like to connect the new moon and every moon energy and what is really helpful for you guys, because we get to chat together every month with the new moons and the full moons and the energy updates, is really tuning into this last cycle. So we just had the lunar eclipse full moon in Taurus, and the Taurus was really wiping off anything that no longer serves us, right? We are no longer just healing something, learning the lesson. It's like we're going into those cords, we're removing them and pulling them out of our DNA, out of our human. And a lot of you might have felt really tired, exhausted, maybe purging even physically, whether it's a cold, strep throat. Those things are coming up. So in this Sagittarius new moon, it's like we're integrating that, but we're also in celebration. So if you're a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in your sign, let me know with the Sagittarius down below, and let me know as well so we can all connect together. And if I can just invite you to take 3 deep breaths with me. So closing your eyes or just being with yourself intuitively, is take a deep breath in, exhale out, deep breath in, exhale out, deep breath in, and exhale out. Calling in all benevolent ancestors, guides, guardians, and angels, ancestors, and cosmic beings to come into the space to allow us to guide the collective, guide these beautiful souls into how this new moon in Sagittarius will affect us. Aho Makate. Let's get into the reading. So the first thing you need to know about this new moon in Sagittarius on November 23rd, 2022, is you have more optimistic kind of perspective of life. After this trenches that we just went through during this eclipse season, it's almost like we're seeing the light. We're finally seeing the light. Let's just celebrate that. We have ended a cycle. So for all of you that were just like moving through the emotions, you're sitting with your ish, you are now moving on to a completely different cycle. And this cycle is something your soul has never felt before. Sagittarius is very optimistic, but they can also be pessimistic when they're not in alignment. So here it's really asking you, what can you manifest? This is what this new moon's about. It's about setting intentions of new manifestations in this new DNA and this new energy that you now have hold space for. So we have two cards that came up. We have the 30. 30 is with 0. 0 is infinity. And 3 is direct message from your angels. So your ancestors and angels during the Sagittarius new moon is really saying, TikTok, time to act on these dreams. This is a time to set and get clear with your intentions. We're not being vague. We're not letting that negative thought go into our mind, because that's our old version of ourselves. Now we're tapping into something deeper. So there is some kind of decision that some of you are now in the clear after the lunar eclipse and eclipse season is done. So you're now in the clear to do those decisions. I see a lot of contracts. Maybe some of you are signing a contract with a new lease, a new home. Maybe it's an actual contract to work with someone, like mentoring clients, whatever it may be. But there is like you acting on this and like getting straight with what you want. So we're gonna go to 30 here and read this one for you guys. And this one says timelessness, divine timing, and mental timing. So now everything that has been delayed because of the eclipse is happening really rapidly. It's almost like you don't even have time to breathe, but yet you need to breathe to ground yourself. So when humans create time, everything changed and contracted. So we have time in this dimension to really just work with the 3D world. But we also have to understand, when we're talking about manifestation, there's no time. When we manifest something, it is now. It is not in ahead. It is not like, I'm in this space right now, spirit. I'm not asking you to say that I want to manifest this lack of abundance. It's like, no. We're speaking about it right now. We're attuning to it right now. People have come to look at life as a linear way, imagining the past is behind them and the future is ahead of them. But what if it isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order were happening right now in this glorious timelessness? So what if everything that you are right now in this moment is everything and there's no detachment of time? So everything from the past big traumas you've had, the divorces, the breakups, what if it was all the same timeline? What if we were to remove it and say this was the past and get stuck with it? That is our block that we're making. So this Sagittarius new moon is saying, how can you create new patterns, new intentions to celebrate an optimistic perspective, so you can then use that higher frequency to manifest the new timeline that you have created after this eclipse season. You have all the time in the world to co-create the life that you desire and to release your agenda. Let go of the needs to shape each moment and expectations. So a great shadow work prompt for this new moon in Sagittarius on November 23rd, 2022 is, what expectations do you put on yourself? And what expectations were put on you in different versions of yourself, your younger self, your teen self, your college self, and do you still live in these expectations? Because there is no time of that. You are still your teen self, you are still your young self, you are still your now self. They're all blended into one. There is all an interconnection of it. So really seeing what is the block of the expectation, bring compassion for that version of yourself and thanking that version of yourself, because they're bringing you and they brought this soul to this point of receiving the manifestation and the contract that you're receiving. Now that we cleared these lower frequency contracts, negativity, stress, limiting beliefs, the Sagittarius new moon is like, now it's time to step into a bigger picture, a bigger mansion, if you will. We're moving from that 1-bedroom apartment into a mansion. But my question is, are you going to receive the keys to the mansion, to this beautiful life that you've created for yourself after all the healing you've done? So letting go of the need to shape the every moment expectation, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld. You know, spirit works with you. It doesn't work against you. So what ways are you holding yourself back from things, right? I love to share with people saying that our manifestation in the physical realm is just to let our human know that we've received it. But knowing that your spirit and your soul already received it, just get out of your own way. Miracles are here right now and always show up. You just need to look for them. So you're constantly getting messages. Are you listening and responding to that? I feel called to bring the ancestor card here. So we're going to pull an ancestor card in terms of this TikTok card and see what comes up. What does the collective need to really see? So we have the Oracle card, wait for important information. So during this new moon in Sagittarius, you are going to have important information that is going to come directly from your psyche or from someone else, maybe through a reading, a leadership, some stranger. And when that hits that aha moment, act on it. Act on it. Stop thinking about it's not the right time. Stop thinking about perfecting it. Just do it. Again, there is no right time for anything, but there is always the right time to respond when spirit gives you those signs. We have the poise card here, okay? So the poise card. And again, this goes a lot with expectation and stepping into that new version of ourselves. We have 4-8. So 8 is abundance. Again, a lot of you are receiving new contracts of abundance and changing your DNA completely. This is why I felt called to do the ancestral retreat around this lineage time, is because we are resetting the contract for ourselves and all those related to us in DNA and all those that we have connected through in this lifetime. So here, 4 is also an awakening. Your highest wisdom that you received during the lunar eclipse, thanking yourself for sitting with these emotions, the anger, the constant crying that just comes out of nowhere. All this is going to be like, oh, thank goodness I sat with it, because now you're brought to this poised moment. So let's go into this one, 4-8, 48. I love doing readings with you guys. It's so much fun. Being ready, bring something to light, being at your best and confident. So again, Sagittarius is helping you feel more happy, more celebrative, more confident. Receive that. You can be assured that you are ready for anything now. You are now what you need to. Your skills are sharp. You've come to a place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. There's this almost pulse that you guys are feeling during this new moon in Sagittarius, November 23rd, 2022, 3 days before the day of and 3 days after. Remember, it's that week that is affecting us. It's not just that day. That's why I tell people, do the meditation, not just the day, but do it like 3 days before and the 3 days after, so you can really maximize working with the moon. So this is really like people respond to your confidence and trust. If I say that right now I'm not abundant and I can't put the money towards something, you're saying that I will never have the money to put that money towards something. Shift your word. I believe in word magic. I believe that the words that we think, we see, we hear, everything, all of our senses is patterning us at all times. So if we were to surrender and listen and tune into our ears, our inner voice, which is what the lunar eclipse in Taurus was teaching us, listening to how we need to respect ourselves, listening to our boundaries, listening to our emotions, so then we can then be in that higher frequency, then we can receive the new things, the new beginnings. Some of you are getting a deeper understanding of your partnership. So if you're in a relationship, you're starting to notice something different about your partner. You're getting to know something different, and it's bringing you guys deeper into your relationship. Maybe you're being more open with your partner in your friendships. This is a time where you can celebrate. Your intimacy is going to feel really good this month. It's also going to be harmonizing. And I want to share a download I shared with a client this week, and it's that we need to stop saying that we want to balance our life and start saying that we want to harmonize our life and our cycles. How can you harmonize with abundance? How can you harmonize with your relationships? How can you harmonize with your new version of yourself? When we balance, we're setting ourselves into that perspective that we're losing something. We're sacrificing something. We're not. What we're doing is we're stepping into a deeper understanding that there's some days that we need to feel more anger, and there's some days that we need to feel more sadness, and there's some days that we need to feel ecstasy and celebration. But know that you have access to that version of yourself of being in that happiness. Happiness is always accessible to you. You just need to harmonize the piece of being still, joy, happy, and aligned with all of these emotions, and not to judge them as you step into manifesting the new life that you are now receiving after the lunar eclipse warrior training that spirit has given you. So that's a big thing that's coming up, and you're just in a really beautiful place. And again, if a lot of you have been arguing with your partner, your spouse, or you've been just like having certain relationships that haven't been doing so well, don't worry, December is looking really good for all of us. So I just want to share this. The second thing that you need to know about this new moon in Sagittarius on November 23rd, 2022, 3 days before, the day of and 3 days after, is this is a great time to call new intentions of what life that I want to create. So I want you to script as a new moon Sagittarius ritual. I want you to script the life to what the life you want in this current frequency. What is the abundance you want? What is the house that you want? What is the relationships you want around you? What do you want to feel like? What is joy for you? What is love for you? I want you to write this as if you're writing a book to your current self, which is your higher self. And this is going to be so important for you. I'm going to actually ask the cards, the ancestors, what we need to know about, setting these intentions of this new life for a Sagittarius. And we got 2 cards. So transform and unveil your gifts. Ooh, this one's deep. So a lot of you have been suppressing your truth through the lunar eclipse and going into the new moon in Sagittarius. So here it's like, how can I shape shift and be in my highest transformational self? I said this and I'm going to repeat it again. If you want to be seen, what part of you are you hiding because you're scared people will receive you? Not everyone is here to receive you, one. Two, is that you're not receiving yourself when you hide your part of yourself. So Sagittarius is like, let yourself be vulnerable. Let yourself be seen, because in vulnerability, that is what's gonna help you manifest and get the signs and see the signs that you need in order to bring your manifestations to life faster. So let's go into Shapeshifter and read what's here. I love this card. It's 6-6. Woo, we got a double 6 angel number. I have an angel number videos if you want to learn more about the 6 frequency. Take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strength. In the shamanic traditions, the shapeshifter is either an animal or the capacity to change between species, or a shaman, who is the capacity to transform into an animal and journey. If there is a wild animal in you particularly drawn to or fascinated by, it's probably because you transform into this meditation and journeying. So I want you to ask yourself, in your highest aligned version, frequency of yourself, what totem would you be? And I want you guys to say it down below. Why would you be that totem? And I want you to take yourself through that journey with that totem and say, what would the life of that totem be at its highest frequency if you were part totem and part human? And what would that feel like? This is so shamanic, but this is gonna really allow you to connect with this animal, connect with this totem, because I do believe all of us have an animal or maybe a connection to a totem that really helps and supports us. When you shift into this animal form, you can see the world in different eyes. So again, what was the new moon in Sagittarius about? It's about seeing getting new eyes after the lunar eclipse. It's about eclipse season giving you a new perspective of living, of love, of abundance, of the relationship with your ancestors. And in doing that, now you're seeing, oh wow, this is why I had to go through this initiation of this trauma. This is why I give gratitude and forgiveness and compassion to myself. This is why I had to go through this lack of abundance in order for me to finally say no more. I am now gonna claim what I wanna manifest and not be stuck with the reality I am, because I'm choosing to be stuck. You're choosing to be stuck. In new moon of Sagittarius, it's like, we're not choosing that anymore. There's no excuse. Take responsibility and ownership of your manifestation here. You may have gone through many challenges and lows, but now you are in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond the past challenges. This is why lunar eclipse wiped that off completely in our DNA, and honoring your current strengths. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover of your gifts and talents, and that you are born and to share. So this is why I'm launching this exciting program on November 15th, 12/12. Again, please add yourself to the email list and be here live at 12 p.m. Eastern time, November 15th. And this video will be still up if you see it after, but I'm calling in these souls. I'm calling in 10 souls for this, because this is exactly what it is. If you feel like you have not been able to step into your gifts fully, to allow yourself to share, because every single one of our souls has a responsibility to heighten the collective frequency in whatever way we are. And sometimes that is a healer archetype, sometimes it's not. But all this to say is that you are born to share something. You chose your soul to be here at this time of this era of the earth. And I'm gonna ask you, what part of that are you gonna allow yourself to be seen fully, and stop hiding behind the tree? Come out behind the tree and allow yourself to be seen and heard. All your past experiences have only helped you to see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform the ways people least expect. You have many talents. Use your talents and gifts to see the life you want to paint for yourself, to see what you want to manifest. Ask yourself, based on what I went through in the lunar eclipse, what is spirit teaching me to heighten? What frequency, what part of my life? Where energy goes, it grows. So if we're focusing a lot on shedding relationships, partnerships, friendships, sisterhood, brotherhood, whatever it is, that is where the energy is going. Your heart. Opening the heart to the divine masculine in yourself, which is a big pattern that's happening right now till like really happening in the collective, this is your time to step into this power. This is your time to step into this lifetime, because, you know, time doesn't exist and it's only your choice to decide to step into this transformation. I always say that you only integrate the healing and the shadow work you do until you start to act on it in your human. You can do all the healing, all the meditations, all the ceremonies, but if you don't take the action of what the lesson was there, what lesson you learned, and bring it into the world to be seen through that lesson, it means absolutely nothing. So the Sagittarius is come celebrate, come be seen, come be held, come into the life that you want, set the intention. What life do I want to paint for myself? You are guided to stay focused into the light. Don't go into the negative. It's not a time during the new moon of Sagittarius, 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after November 23rd, 2022. Stop looking about the negativity. It's done, okay? The biggest thing I want to share with you guys is that there's always going to be shadow in the world. We need shadow and light, right? This Sagittarius new moon is teaching us, how can we still see light in times of our cycles of transformation? You know, one thing that Sahara, what a beautiful woman that makes the book, what's it called? Finding Your Dharma, the Dharma book. It's so good. I'm listening to it right now. And this book, it really talks about how there is no difference between you when you're in your worst of time. When you were in your worst of time, you were focusing on all the things that were going wrong. And even when you're in the light and your best of time, what's happening is you're focusing on all the things in the cycles that you're doing right? There's always going to be things that are going to be in a form of transformation around us, a form of cycle of death and life. And we just need to flow with it and not put so much pressure on ourselves. Have compassion through the process. Have compassion of this journey. When this card arrives, there's an opportunity for you to tap into your power of your spirit animal. What is your spirit animal? If you don't know what that is, wait till you go into my meditation that I'll be posting. I'll be supporting you in that. And it's going to be a really powerful healing shamanic meditation and energy healing. Note if you're seeing a particular animal, tune into that. What is the medicine? Look up what this animal means and see what resonates for you, because this is going to be really huge. Spirit animals are going to be talking to you, whether it's through your dreams or actually in your backyard or when you're walking around. Tune into that. The next card that I got for you is Release the Old and Rest. Okay, so some of you really took a hit from this lunar eclipse. I get it. Me too. I understand it. And we're just like going into this. A lot of you need to ground. A lot of you are up here. You're with Father Sky still. You need to ground everything, okay? So here with this raven energy, it's just saying that release the old, the cycle is done. Stop holding on to it. Stop holding the resentment. Stop holding the grudge. There's light here. Why are you still focusing on the darkness that doesn't live in you anymore? That spirit that the moon, the full moon in Taurus has removed and dissolved. Now Sagittarius is like, get to know your new version of yourself. Get to know the new life that you created. Get to know the new timeline you've jumped onto and you quantum leaped into, because that is what happened over the past 4 weeks with the collective. This is a time to do this. This Scorpio Taurus energy was like tapping into the dark feminine, removing what needs to be removed. And then we're stepping into the Taurus of like, I'm here, I'm heard, I'm seen. Anything that has repressed that is gone, it's dissolved. I'm not even looking at it. I'm not even tasting it. I don't even remember it. I don't even want to seek it. I'm focusing on what's next. The third thing you need to know about this Sagittarius new moon is that it's really talking about spiritual, teachings that are coming in, seeking and understanding in that spiritual teaching through travel. So during this new moon in Sagittarius, November 23rd, 2022, 3 days before the day of and 3 days after, some of you may feel that you are doing a lot of dream work. So there's astral projection happening through meditation or dream work or in a theta state. And it's also that your soul is going places to travel and to just receive a little bit more, to create that life. What is the life that I'm creating? So as you write down throughout those 7 days of what you want to bring in that week, you're going to get little pieces of it. Don't seek it. It will come to you. Your guides will come to you, and listen to what they're trying to tell you. So let's see what we get for the traveling and seeking, not seeking outside of yourself, but understanding yourself more in this new version. So trust and thrive. Some of you are not trusting the journey. Ooh, oh my gosh, you guys got some travel cards too. So the stag is trust and thrive. Okay, when we can trust, we will thrive in the right direction. When we don't trust, we are inviting the dark that we just healed. So, you know, trusting is so important in this journey. Even when we feel like there's like not an ounce of trust, ask yourself, what is one thing I can trust right now in this moment? Come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory and grace and majesty. This is the time for you to really focus on that. This totem is bringing you protection. So this card is saying that you're going to be really protected as you find yourself during this time of the Sagittarius new moon. This is also a time where, although it is also tuning into the strength, the dignity, the poise, which we got a poise card as well. It's saying that you're really tuning into your sexuality, your fertility. When you're birthing into new life, this tunes into the womb, the hara, the sacral. So that's why a lot of you had maybe painful periods for all the women's out there, or you had a lot of stomach issues in general with the collective. It was clearing out the ovaries. It was clearing out the space of, you know, holding on. How was I holding myself back to please other people, to please their expectations, to please how my life should look like? And it's like, no, we're done with that. We're gone with that. It's no longer, we're standing up for ourselves right now in such divine light, and we're not looking back. So here it's really saying that you are birthing and you are seeing the birth of yourself on Earth side. That's deep. So you're seeing your human on Earth side be a new version of yourself. There's an opportunity for you to explore your sexuality, and sexuality means like the confidence of yourself. That's what it means. Sexuality is how confident are you in your human body? How confident are you now that your soul has done this healing, this astral projection, all of this stuff? Now you got to ground it into the Earth's energy, ground it here. Earth is going to be supportive for you for this element, bringing earth and fire to ignite the excitement of the new version of yourself in the light, but then also the earth to ground all of the warrior work you did in November and moving that through. You have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you offer and your gifts and strengths. Are some of you having second guesses about your gifts? Are some of you having second guesses about what you're meant to do in this world? Let me tell you, souls, get ready for November 15th, because this is exactly what I'm sensing. Stop doing that. Let's stop that. Let's throw it out. We're done. We're not even going to do that. We need to make most of it. We can't keep ourselves on the hamster wheel. You are born to lead. Some of you are space holders. Some of you have been second guessing this. You need to lead. Some of you are meant to lead in your healing. Some of you are the chosen one, if you will, for your ancestral lineage, and you're doing things differently than anyone has ever done, and you're having second guesses for it. Please don't do that. Spirit's saying, your ancestors are saying, we're guiding you and we're thanking you, and we know that we've done all of this wounding in our lineage, but we're sorry and we're willing to forgive. We're willing to forgive ourselves, and we want to say sorry to you. Have you forgiven yourself? Instead of looking at, oh my God, all this work that my ancestors have done and bringing that anger, it's like, bring gratitude, bring forgiveness, bring love into that space and light. Keep the light going. So you are born to lead, and this is the only becoming a reality to willing to yourself in this position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because of the antlers that are on this card, and keeps away anything that is interfering with your intelligence, presence, and their strength gives you power and really allows you to think and go inwards. You are encouraged to retain the dignity and to be proud of yourself. Be confident. I know there's a part of you that maybe didn't feel confident, or maybe someone made you to second guess your confidence. When you come into Earthside, you are pure life and light and consciousness. That has not changed. You know, the trauma you went through, the pain you went through, the darkness you went through, the lack of abundance, the relationship, the ex, anything that has happened, the abuse, the divorce, it doesn't mean anything. It absolutely means absolutely nothing to your worthiness. Now claim that. Stop holding on to that. There's that little strand that some of you are going to clear during this new moon in Sagittarius, and it's going to bring you deeper into your soul and bring you home, bring you deeper home. This in turn will give you more power to thrive onwards and upwards. We're going up. We're not going down. We're going up. And I know it's hard to see that when we've done all this healing, but we're going up. Okay, let's celebrate that. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Again, a lot of you are receiving abundance. We've had a really deep year. And this is another thing I'm going to be talking about abundance in this surprise program. Clearing that. We're done with that. We're gone. We're done. So the trader is like, we're trading, we're giving the earth this lack mentality, and we're stepping into creating. What do I want to create for my life? You know, one thing my mentor said the other day was like, you know, when someone says, how much is that? It's like, I don't care. What if you had energy like that? How much is this? I don't care. I don't care. I want to go for a latte. Does it feel good? I don't care. I want to do this. I don't care. Does that give you anxiety when I say that? If it does that, that maybe there is that abundance block that you need to clear out. But if for you, it's like, ooh, I'm curious. This is an energy I've never experienced. I don't care. I go for the restaurant. Do I check the prices or do I check what I enjoy? I don't care because this is an experience for me. I am worthy of that. What life do you want to have? Do you want to be second guessing your wallet? Do you want to be second guessing if your partner is going to leave you? No, we don't want that because we know we're divine light, that we know that we're worthy. We're confident. We've done the work. We're thriving. Now act like you're thriving because you are. And again, you are so worthy. Claim that worthiness. I feel like I'm just having like a deep soul connection and deep like little powwow with you guys right now. So 80. Page 80, abundance. Woo! Infinity of abundance. Make connections and exchange information and talents of support. The trader brings the lesson of energy of exchange. Know how you're exchanging your energy. Some of you are feeling so much life that for the mother wounds, ancestral retreat happening, we are going to cut that out in December. If you felt like you had to mother people, if you felt like you had to always give people first before yourself, or you were taught that, that's going away during this new moon in Sagittarius. And we're going to replace that with, we choose ourselves here. We're exchanging our talents. Ask yourself, what are some fair exchanges for you in your life? How do you want to exchange your energy as you expand the world? This could be exchanging of how you're going to support the collective. Your worthiness. This could be exchanging of conversation and wisdom. This could be exchanging of like perspective. This could be exchanging in love, intimacy. What does that look like for you? He represents the opportunity of exchange, so whatever they may be, in order to expand and be about the exchange energies that come into the universe, or both. For example, if you are a creative person or consider yourself creative, when you share your talents, you are giving them, and when you do so, the universe will give you more in order for you to share more. So if I'm feeling lack, this universe will keep giving me lack. But if I keep saying that I'm going to be in exchange, that me paying my bill is an exchange for me to connect with people I care about, that me and my phone bill and me doing, investing in a support or a mentor is for me to get to where I need to be by getting that guidance, or me being able to have a latte is giving me that 1 hour of time for myself, that beyond with the kids and with my husband and just taking that time for myself. Well, hello. That is an equal exchange, right? So ask yourself, what exchanges in your life do you feel is not equal? And if it feels unaligned, remove them. We don't need that in our new life. And if it feels aligned, then shift your perspective of it being taken away from you or it being a sacrifice. That's why I always tell people when they have kids, for example, one of the mothering moons I see that Sagittarius new moon is teaching us is that it's not an exchange. We're prioritizing. We're shifting our priority, right? If you decide to, change from going to the gym to yoga, you're changing your priority to something that might align with you in this time. Stop thinking that you're missing out or you're not doing enough. You're a different person right now, which means that your activities and the things you do are going to be different. What are your exchanges energetically with your time, your what you do? How has that changed, right? So that's really, really big. It is a beautiful cycle. The trader also reminds you to be open and honest and act in integrity of your exchanges, because doing something to get something will only lead challenges. We don't do things to get something. We don't go into something or enroll into something to get something. We don't go into a relationship to find love in ourselves. That doesn't work. Or to feel safety because we just left a traumatic experience, that we go straight into a relationship because that person brings us safeness. That unsafeness and survival mode will still be in our body. So the new life that you are creating with this new moon in Sagittarius on November 23rd, 2022, 3 days before the day of and 3 days after, is like a new cycle of exchanges through relationships, through life, through your own energy, with yourself, with your soul, with your higher self, with your inner child, like all versions. It's really resetting. It's celebration. It's a new coming home. It's something you've never felt before. The universe operates under the law of cause, and the effect is always look to return to a natural state of balance. And I'm going to say harmonization here. So if you are lacking in a feeling of abundance at this time, you are being invited to share your time, your gifts, and your understanding with others. feeling that and learning. If you're frustrated because something isn't unfolding in your life, instead of asking yourself what you can get, ask yourself what you can give, right? Instead of getting something, I'm getting an extra bonus. I'm actually giving my energy in order to receive that in doing that. Look at it that way. Everything is exchange, right? Don't look at it only from a human definition. It's energy at the end of the day. The exchange of energy doesn't necessarily mean financial energy. It can be like someone holding space for you. It can be a discount at the grocery store. It can be getting a free, winning a draw, or getting a free invite to a yoga class. Like these are still abundance, right? So ask yourself, what has been given to you? Food, for example, that's been given to you. Someone buying you a food or a coffee. It can also be about supporting in and ordering and feel supported. Like how do you want to feel supported in your new life during this new moon in Sagittarius? Script that. What is the support that you want to receive in your new life? And how do you want to support yourself too? If you've been holding back with your offerings, hello space holders, hello business owners, hello leaders, please change that. Please change that. Allow yourself to open, honest, vulnerable. This is to prepare you to open for greater opportunities. There is a life that is waiting for you beyond anything you can know. And I go back to that saying that we know nothing, we only know what is now. And you are holding yourself back. And Sagittarius new moon is going to teach you, wow, this is what I'm holding myself back from. And I am ready to receive it. So again, really go into working with abundance. And that's probably why I felt called to bring pyrite into our reading today, was because of this conversation we're having right now. So again, this is really big for the Sagittarius new moon. I'm going to just do a little recap, focus on scripting for your moon ritual. What is the life that you want to receive in this new version of yourself after this lunar eclipse? You are a new version, and your human needs to land with the soul work you've done. It's not about doing more work. It's about manifesting right now. It's about claiming. It's about receiving. How do I receive? How did I change the way I receive energy and the way that I want to be received in this world? That's what it's about. And the last thing I want to share as well is some tools that can be supportive for you during this time. So the first thing is pyrite. If you can bring pyrite onto your altar, it's a beautiful crystal for abundance and letting go of any abundant lack frequency. We're just clearing that. And if you want a crystal that will pair well with this, citrine, jade, and clear quartz. Get that on that week. Charge them, put them in the moon if you want to, under the moon the night of. And you can also hold your intention, do your ritual, and then put it in the moon so that that energy goes to the moon. That's gonna be supportive. Let's look at plants. So frankincense is amazing. Frankincense is one of the abundant scents to help you receive abundance. So again, using that is going to be very, very, very supportive for you. Copal. Copal has been my OG right now, even in eclipse and also during this time. Copal is going to take out any negative thoughts in your environment and in your auric field, whether it's from someone projecting on you or in your own shadow self. Use Copal. There's some beautiful Copal from Mexico you can get. If you guys know, I also work with 4 Visions. So if you want to get your first order in 4 Visions, I have gotten our community 10% off of our first order. So it's 4visions.com, and you can use Chica 10 for 10% off. And they have some beautiful medicines there that you can work with. But Copal there has been the best that I've seen so far. And there's just such a beautiful couple that own this business and have such a heart-centered place. So these are the things that came up for me as far as crystals and like what to work with in plants. It's Copal, frankincense. Those are going to be so beautiful for you to bring in that abundance, to tap into that abundance for you. Let me know what came up for you throughout this reading. Let's get one affirmation card before we close the space, and let me know what comes up. Ooh, that card was supposed to be for us. Let me go back to it. If it comes out, it'll come out again. These cards have a way of themselves. Let's see a card for us. So we have guilt and courage. So I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. How can I face fear with confidence? Because the fear you're having right now with this new moon in Sagittarius is just this overwhelmingness of like everything's about to hit new. And it's overwhelming, but how exciting is it that you're meeting a new version of yourself that you haven't seen before, and they're gonna be like holding it down, like holding it down. Guilt, I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. We are done the shadow work, we're done the healing. I know we went through such deep emotions right now, but during the Sagittarius new moon, it's about focusing on the new. And for some of you, Virgo specifically, Sagittarius, and Gemini a little bit, I think it's going to be a little bit hard for you to really focus on that, on the guilt, but like get that cleared. We're done. We're literally done with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This was fun hanging out with you guys. You know, I love doing these channel messages for you. I'm going to see if I feel called to do a reading as I, you know, sometimes go live on Wednesdays, or if it feels called to, if there's more messages, I'll let you guys know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bell so you don't miss a video. I know you guys watch the video. It helps a lot when you like it, and also share, but subscribe, because if you're coming here anyways watching the videos, might as well. And I'm going to be posting an energy healing shamanic meditation for you guys to support you soon in the next video. I will also share, add to your calendar, November 15th, space holders, those needing to transform, step into your gift, write it in your calendar. November 15th, 12 p.m. Eastern time, live here. I'll be announcing a really big program that is going to change this world. And I'm going to be doing it alongside with you, 10 beautiful souls. So exciting. I also have my retreat, my ancestral retreat, last retreat of 2022. That's happening in St. Lucia. If you're interested, message me ASAP. The applications close the end of this week, okay? So message me ASAP. And I do have some exciting things coming up, so just stay tuned. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm so grateful for you. I love you all. It's been such a beautiful journey to connect with you. Happy new moon in Sagittarius, and I'll see you in the next video.